So two things I thought I wouldn't rate. One, paying for a test ride, and two, traction control. And I was wrong on both. More after the intro. Hey everyone, welcome to Roads of Oz. My name is Matt, and on this episode we're going to talk about the Aprilia Tuareg. But first of all, why I paid for the test ride. So, as per usual, I was scrolling through my Instagram feed when an advert came up for test riding the Aprilia Tuareg. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing that Tuareg right, but you're going to have to live with me on that one. Anyway, I clicked on it and it turned out it was going to cost $39 to test ride it. And test riding, paying for the privilege of test riding, not too keen on it, but in the end I'm glad I did. The reason was it was held by a company called Eventbrite. They were able to get their hands on all the press vehicles that Aprilia supplied and take us out on a proper test ride in conditions well suited to the Tuareg, which was dirt roads. And 95% of that ride was on dirt roads, and I'm going to get into that more in a sec. So what do you get for your $39? Well, you get to go for a test ride in conditions a dealer probably wouldn't want to take you on because they don't want to risk damage to their bike. Also, it was with experienced riders, both of them journalists. One of them was a former TT racer. Can't give you a hint to his name, but he's part of that team and was able to give an excellent demo of that bike. Also, come with a goodie bag. I know it says Motor Guzzi, but also Aprilia because it's got the same importer, and you get an Aprilia racing cap and an Aprilia racing t-shirt. In my opinion, there's 39 bucks in value alone, especially I can always use a cap with no hair on the head, and who doesn't love a shirt? Now the Aprilia Tuareg, so the bike, plenty of power. Now I know there's going to be it's not a big motor, it has plenty of power, and especially if you're going to be taking it through off-road into dirt and loose gravel and things like that, there's more than enough power. It was able to get up to 100 kilometers an hour with these. So what were my first impressions of it? Well, first impression, when you look at it, it just looks like an oversized trail bike. Like, think the DR650 or even the KLR 650, along those lines, and you hop on it and it still feels like a big trail bike. After that, the comparison's not even close. As I was saying earlier, the motor's really nice. It comes with a nice clear TFT screen, and it is feature packed. So I didn't get to ride it too much on road, but I'm going to come back to that in a minute. What I did test it on was dirt, and it was in its element. Because of the size of it, it isn't bulky like some of your bigger adventure tourers, and it gave you that confidence that it was easy to chuck around. But when you look at it, even though it looks like a big trail bike, it offers so much more. So like I was saying earlier, the power was there. Gearbox is nice and smooth, and these bikes have been put through the ringer. Journalists have got hold of them and absolutely flogged the things. And in saying that, the test ride I did, even though the tyres weren't standard, the electronics package more than makes up for it. We got to take it through dirt road, and it was in its element. The advanced electronics package, there's road, enduro, off-road, and there's a few others. There's 5 different settings, and there's 5 levels you can add to those settings. So it goes 1 through to 5, 1 being the least intrusive, right through to 5. Now I had it set on enduro 2 just to feel it cut in, and I tried different levels, and that was one of the beauties of this test ride. They actually let us try out the different levels of traction control, ABS, got to test them all out, and it was an excellent experience. It should be the Tuareg's major selling point. Brakes are amazing, as you come to expect. Traditionally, side stands on Aprilia are frightening. This one was very solid. I tested it out on some really loose stuff and put it on an angle, and most Aprilias from prior to the mid-2010s, they would just fall over. This stand was solid. It's like they went to Motor Guzzi and got them to design a side stand instead of the Aprilia department. Very impressive. Now, what didn't I like about it? There's 3 things I can think of will put you off the bike. Number one, price. It's priced at $23,250, and although it sounds like a lot of money for a bike that size, it's money well spent. The second thing is you're going to need to option it up. You're going to need to add crash bars, some pannier racks, things like that to protect the bike. And in all honesty, they should have just made the bike $24,990 right away and added those things in. By the time you add all that stuff in, it's getting up to the mid to high 20k mark, which for a bike, you know, it's going to put a lot of people off, and it's a shame. This bike is brilliant. One of the other things, if you're looking to take a pill in, I don't think the bike's big enough, especially for a tall guy. Me on my own's fine. I think if I had someone on the back, it wouldn't be the greatest experience, but I don't think that's what it's designed for. One up, it's fine. Two up, you do it at a pinch, but you wouldn't put your partner through it on a regular basis. And that's just due to the physical size of it. The seat itself was quite comfy for me. I was expecting to be uncomfortable after an hour. It was fine. But I'm going to get into the thing that impressed me the most, and this was the electronics package. The traction control combined with the ABS gave me a ridiculous amount of confidence. Maybe ride faster than what I normally would, and not a bad thing. It made me ride faster because I actually had confidence in the bike. It was a lot of fun to ride, and once you experience that traction control and the bike wasn't going to slip out and throw you off it, it gave you that much confidence. You could go quicker, you could hit corners faster, you could brake a bit later, and the ABS, I tested out everything, the ABS traction control a lot. It was absolutely amazing and should be the biggest selling point of this bike. Now, what I was saying earlier, the tyres we test rode don't come standard with the bike, but I was speaking to one of the guys that took us out, and he said you could use the standard tyres and they'll perform fine. Unless you're going through really thick clay or heavy mud, the tyres that come out stock with it are good enough. And that comes down to the traction control and the ABS. When that traction control senses something's wrong, like the bike's skipping out and it's braking traction, it will act in a way to bring it back. I hear a lot of people call it traction control nanny devices, and I was one of those people, but these devices are a must for people that are getting into this adventure bike riding. And the reason I say that is because the road conditions vary so rapidly when you're not on a sealed road. This traction control makes life that much easier. It gives you a lot more confidence. It can be either end of the spectrum. You can dial it right down, and even dialed right down, it only kicked in when I screwed up. So would I buy one? Well, absolutely. It's the kind of bike I'd buy if I was looking to cut down on my fleet numbers. So get rid of my daily runabout, get rid of a bike for weekends, get rid of my trail bike. It can pretty much do everything I'd want it to do. I'd love the opportunity to test it out on some of the tighter tracks because I reckon it would hold its own. So hey, Aprilia Australia, hit me up. I'd love to test it. I'd love to use it as a daily rider and pretty much confirm what I expect to be true is this bike will do everything for you. Anyway, that's pretty much it from me. So I'm going to show you the footage of me riding along the dirt, and you're going to hear my thoughts on it as I'm going along because it's actually quite an interesting bike. Me sitting here can't convey how good this bike is on a dirt road scenario. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, please like, share, and if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. It helps out my channel massively. Anyway, check out this. As you know, it's the Aprilia's famous 660cc motor that's found its way onto a Tuono, the RS, and now we've got an off-road version. And that motor's quite, from all reports, is quite a good unit. Plenty of power. Easy to stand up on, bring your knees in, you're good to go. Even for a tall guy like me, this is quite an easy task. Hands aren't too far away from the bars. Still got plenty of control. Oop. Come back down. That was fun. This is the riding I imagine doing, exploring these type of roads. Getting out there, places I just wouldn't like to take a Grisso. Not that I haven't taken it, just I prefer something more suited. Third gear seems to be the happy spot. Just doing 60 clicks. I'll put it in fourth. Try and roll the throttle on the fourth at 60 k's on dirt, and yep, plenty of power. Absolutely plenty of power. Oodles of it. More than you'd need for off-road, that's for sure. So one of the local-based advantages of these bikes is they're under 725cc, and why does that matter? Well, quite simply, rego purposes. Bikes are a lot cheaper to register under the 725cc mark. And I'll put a comparison up here. That'll give you some idea. You can feel the traction control kicking in and out. It's bloody amazing. What fun. Oh. That's fun. Right, let's give it some. Alright, bit of fun now. You can feel the traction control and also the ABS kicking in when I screw up, which is quite regularly, mind you. It's fun. So much fun. Past him. Sand. Bit of sand. I like it. Round the corner, this bike makes riding so much easier. Oh yeah! Good fun. You can feel the kick out at the arse end, but it regains itself beautifully. Like, same as the front, you feel a bit of slide. And normally the back would kick out a mile if there was nothing governing it, but this system is really fun. This is amazing. And this is how you should be testing these off-road bikes, or ADV bikes, because you need them to do a touch of everything. And this is amazing. Oh God, it's fun. Oh, bumps. Well, lead rider's off on another postcode, you're not going to catch him. Oh, God, this is fun. Hey! Oh, car. Jumping on the brakes can allow for screw ups in corners. Oh, bumps. Oh, this is pretty awesome. Yeah, good fun. It really allows for rider error. Oh, dust, that's promising. Might be waiting for me. Oh, that's fun. That is awesome fun. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it gives you more confidence in what you really should have doing half this shit. Oh. And I'm sure the ABS, it just, you can be an absolute goose. And the bike will go, oh yep, we'll fix that, don't worry. By rights, you should be coming off the handlebars. I can see why Hippo Drones loves this bike. My God, it's good. Especially if this is what you plan on doing with it.
fun. I can't say that enough, just good fun. Like, you know, I'm on explore mode, so the arm rider aids assisting. I put it in off-road mode, but I don't think I'd bother. Oh yeah, baby. Ooh. Suspension is amazing off-road. Now, I'm not one for standing up, it's not my thing. Whoa! God, I love Aprilia technology. Just so much fun.